Okay, joewong comedian. This is the story that we will be focusing on. So let's preview it, or it might be the case that you are reviewing. Either way, as you watch this video, please repeat what I say. So let's read the story first. Joewong, comedian. Joewong was born in China in 1970. He had finished university in China prior to moving to the United States to study. Eventually, he became an engineer for a company in Boston. While working as an engineer there, he realized he had a talent for telling jokes. He began to work as a stand-up comedian at night while working as an engineer in the day. Finally, in 2007, he decided to follow his dream and became a full-time comedian. Since then, he has appeared in many famous shows and won awards. Today, joewong is a famous and successful comedian. His story encourages all of us to follow our dreams. Let's do that again. One more time. Joewong, comedian. Joewong was born in China in 1970. He had finished university in China prior to moving to the United States to study. Eventually, he became an engineer for a company in Boston. While working as an engineer there, he realized he had a talent for telling jokes. He began to work as a stand-up comedian at night while working as an engineer in the day. Finally, in 2007, he decided to follow his dream and became a full-time comedian. Since then, he has appeared in many famous shows and won awards. Today, joewong is a famous and successful comedian. His story encourages all of us to follow our dreams. Okay, there should be 9. There is a mistake here. Encourage is also the vocabulary word. Okay, so we have these the story. Let's go on to explaining what these explaining what the story is talking about. First, let's go over the vocabulary words. Okay. All right. The first word that we have here is you. Let me do that again. The first word we have is you. University. You notice that if you cut the words into the right parts, then you can easily read them. Okay, so this word seems very long, but it's actually quite very easy to read. University. University. Okay, we will describe what universities are later. Let's just talk about how to read the text first. Okay, all right. University. University. All right, this is from a previous story. You should know this story already. This is prior to. Okay, we will talk about that later. Prior to. Again, knowing where to cut the words is important. Okay, let's look at this word. Also a word that looks very long and very hard to read, but if you cut it up correctly, it's quite easy. Eventually. Then to only. Eventually, right? Notice, as I've said before, tu in English gives you the to sound, but if you say it quickly, it becomes like ch, right? Okay, so eventually, right? So the sound is really to, but then it gets sort of mixed in with the other sounds. So it sounds like eventually, but really it's eventually, right? Eventually. Give it a try yourself. Say eventually, and then say it very, very quickly. It will become eventually, okay? All right. So eventually, he became an engineer for a company. This is pretty much straightforward. Company, okay? Company. In Boston. While working as an engineer there, he realized he had a talent for telling jokes. He began to work as a stand-up comedian at night while working as an engineer in the day. Comedian. 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 Okay, comedian. Finally, in 2007, he decided to follow his dream and became a full-time comedian. Let's look at the word decided. So first, let's look at this very carefully. I'll make it a little bit bigger so we can see better. Look at the word decide. First, I'm going to erase the D to make it to its original form, right? To make it into its the original form. So we have the word decide. It's only two sounds. Decide, decide. But the minute we make it into a past tense, we have to say decided. It becomes three sounds, okay? So we have decide, decided, decide, decided, okay? He decided to follow his dream and became a full-time comedian, okay? Full-time, well, it's already cut up for you. Full and time, right? Full-time. Full-time comedian. Full-time. Since then, he has appeared in many famous shows and won awards. 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 We will talk about all these words later, don't worry. Today, Joe Wong is a famous and successful comedian. Again, it looks very hard, right? It is very, very easy. Look. Suck. Cess. Oops, sorry. Cess and then full. Successful. Successful comedian. His story, right here, that's good. And then we'll load this up. Here. His story, encourage. Okay, again, follow me. So the word is encourage, encourage, okay, encourage. Well, it's only three sounds, encourage. But then when you add the S, add the third person singular S, then it becomes four sounds. Then you have to say encourages, okay? So again, watch this. Encourage, encourages, encourage, encourages. Again, encourage, encourages. His story encourages all of us to follow our dreams. Okay, very good. So this is the end of part one. Continue to watch part two to see the explanations to all the words that and other things, to all the words that we have talked about today in this story. Okay, thank you for watching. Be sure to watch part two for the explanations, and be sure to like and subscribe. Uh-oh.